Okay. I decided a couple days ago. What was I think it was well, a couple days ago. I wasn't gonna do any videos. Have nothing to do with this, all these cop shootings and all this kind of stuff. I wanted no part of this. No. I'm just gonna avoid the topic. Just let see the same. I don't want to get into it. One reason is I don't have a television. I don't see the stuff that you guys see. I only pick up what I pick up on the internet or hear it on the radio in the car. So I'm really handicapped in that department. And it's just, I don't see anything, I also see a whole lot of good, I don't know what can be talked about, to be honest with you. But I'm going to make this video. Now, this is speculation on my part. I have nothing to back this up. You guys probably know the stats on something like this. I'm just going to bring something up. I could be totally wrong, okay, as I've already proven that. Here we are in 2016. It seems at this point we have this epidemic cops killing blacks thing and all this going on. And I'm speculating, but I don't think, and when I say officer involved shooting, I mean, I'm not talking about a certain color, white, red, blue, whatever. I'm talking about officer involved shootings. Okay. I do not believe that we have an increase in officer involved shootings. Okay. Could be wrong. But I mean, if you go back over probably the last 30 years, 20 years, I'm thinking we have fewer officer-involved shootings than we did back then. And definitely go back before that, 80s, 70s, and like that. I think today we have fewer officer-involved shootings. Like I said, I'm not specifying who they're shooting, but officer-involved shootings. So I believe in that respect, I think things has been very stable. Okay, so I do not think that there is realistically this epidemic of officer-involved shootings. Now, how can I say that? What's changed in the last, let's say, 15 years? I'll go back to 2000. Is this little doohickey right here? Okay, that's my I don't know how to use the damn thing. Anyway, I check my the weather on it. That's about it. But it's got a camera on it. Now, we didn't have those back during Rodney King. But here's what I'm trying to say. If it weren't for a video camera, we never would have heard about Rodney King. Rodney who? We never heard about that guy. Okay. As far as that situation, this was the third witness. Bunch of cops, Rodney King, and a camera. Okay. That was a game changer. Okay. We saw Rodney King beat down, cops, the whole nasty thing. Okay. But had it not been for the camera, we never would have heard about it. They arrested him. He fell down 16 times into the way of the vehicle. That's why he looked so rough when they got him inside the jail or whatever. And that would have been that. Our word against his. The woman, the young woman, the wife, or girlfriend, whatever, I don't know what the particulars. I don't watch all these videos. I try to stay away from this stuff. I catch some of them, but I do not watch a lot of these shooting videos where people get shot and killed. That's just my thing. I try to avoid that. But the woman had the camera, showed the cop, and asked the questions, and he went sideways and shoots the guy, the Minnesota deal. If she did not have the video capability, our word against hers. Hey, we thought he did this, we did this, boom, boom, boom. She's, says it's this other way. Well, and I'll be honest with you. I am biased. I have always been biased towards the cops. Not me, in other words, well, they must have had a reason to pull them over. There must be something wrong. Because in my little reality, I really want to keep the, I don't want to think that we've lost our law enforcement to crime. I'm hanging on to that, okay? So I am biased. If she did not have the camera, that woman, and her husband was shot and killed in the front seat, and someone said, well, here's what the cop said, here's what she said, I would have went with the cops. I'm biased in that direction. Okay? I'm just being honest. The camera, that's a game changer. So what I'm saying, and some of you who know where to find the numbers and all this, a lot of people are saying this is getting out of hand. Which it is. Oh, this is getting out of hand. There's all these cop shootings going on. This is, like, where did all this come from all of a sudden the past couple of years? I think it's always been like this. Okay? This has always gone on. It's just now we have a camera. We're seeing it. Now, not every bit of footage is, well, gee, was that justified? And I'll be honest with you, if I've seen 10 of these types of things, in my opinion, 6 or 7 were justified. Okay? But 8, 9, and 10 weren't. I'll get back to that in a minute. So, I'm asking, do we have more officer-involved shootings now? Okay. And then so is it all of a sudden it's disproportionate compared to what it was 10 years ago? Oh my God, we didn't have this before. They're shooting everybody now. Oh my gosh, this is. I'm wondering, statistically, does someone have the stats on that? As far as officer-involved shootings, forget the color, the ethnicity of the situation, but the officer-involved shootings, is that on an increase? I don't think it is. It's just we have more footage now. Big Brother does not surveil us. We surveil us. The surveillance is everywhere. Okay, and I think that's what's happening. We now have this situation, these officer-involved shootings, good, bad, sideways, or otherwise, and we now have to confront this thing. Okay, and I have no answers. I don't know what could be changed or whatever. I don't. But I think this has always been here. Okay. Now I'm not knocking blacks. I'm not knocking the cops. I'll probably do a video on that, but but that's my question. We're just seeing it now. We're seeing it right the past couple of years because we have the video capability. I don't think it's gotten any necessarily better or worse. It's always been there. It's just now we have to put our eyes on it. I may be wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. Okay. And someone probably has the stats on something like this. The other thing I'll point out, I got time. I don't like getting put in a position where I have to pick a side. I mean, sometimes we have a black and white thing. Hey, I'm on this side, I'm on that side, whatever. Us, them, whatever. But I don't think you can. No, I won't say that. Some of you probably could. I said earlier in this video, I am biased towards law enforcement. I have a lot of friends who are cops. And for the most part, I had decent experiences with them. Even the cops I didn't know as far as getting pulled over, this kind of thing. But if I know 10 cops, 8 were right on, 1 was incompetent, and 1 was a jerk. Okay? I know a lot of black folks. And I won't get into why, doesn't matter. But I've known all the black folks. My family business stuff has put us enabled us to have relationships with a lot of black families. Super people. And if I know 10 black folks, 8 perfect, salt of the earth. 1's incompetent, 1's a jerk. Okay? Now, I'm not going to throw all those black folks under the bus because I got a problem with the incompetent one or the jerk. And I got the same feelings toward the cops that I've dealt with. I'm not going to throw all these cops under the bus because I know some good cops because of the incompetent one and the jerk. So that puts me in a position. Someone says, well, you need to, if you're supporting the cops, you're obviously not supporting the, Black Lives Matter and all this kind of thing. No, that's not it. I don't want to be put in that position because I don't think this ain't a black and white thing. There's not a line in the sand here. If there is, then I have to assume, depending on which side of the line you're on, that every black person is bad or every cop is bad. And that's just ridiculous. I got friends that are cops. I got friends that are black folks. Which side? Who am I throwing under the bus? See, so that's I get this. A lot of people, if you're supporting one, you can't support the other kind of thing. No, and I don't have a problem with people. We've had 4 not marches, but 4 protests here. It was an inconvenience for a lot of people because they shut some roads down. But I'm not against protesting at all. I think that's a great. We're a country of a country of protests. That's how we got started. I wish more of us could protest for some of the bigger issues, some other bigger issues. But I think you see what I'm saying as far as I don't. Part of the reason I wasn't going to make any videos is you got to kind of make, well, which side are you on? Which side are you on of this thing? Are you on Black Lives Matter, or are you on the supporting the cops, or what? It ain't like that. You can't really. It ain't like that. But maybe if I were black and had bad experiences, then I could probably say, oh, well, I'm on this side. But I can't put myself in. I'm not in that position where I'd have to say support one for the other or that kind of thing. I'm hoping for justice. That's all that's got to be done here. We hope and pray for justice. There are cops that have made mistakes, or cops that are probably ruthless bastards. And you can say the same thing for some black folks. They're good and bad and everybody. Yeah, I'm Italian. We're all kinds of messed up. Okay? But we can't... what we're hoping for here is justice. Unfortunately, the FBI showed us that ain't going to happen. This past couple weeks of their activity. So that's off the plate. The other aspect of this is a huge benefit. This kind of a race war thing going on and all this intensity, a huge benefit for politicians. They're doing backflips, somersaults over themselves. They're so excited about this. Because, man, they can turn this into something. Politicians love this stuff. Division, man, that's money. And that's sad. That's really not what we need right now. And my biggest fears, too, is this at the end of the day, when whenever this gets to, whatever this turns into, I think it would just be a lot of resentment and blame. And it's not. I don't think anything positive is going to come. And that's a sad thing too, because I think a lot of this is well, I'm rambling on. Anyhow, do we have more officer-involved shootings today? Is it an epidemic compared to what we had 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago? Or is it just that now we're watching it, whereas before we never watched it? Any one of those shootings without the camera would have never made our news, would have never come up on the screen without the footage. It would have been local news at best. Okay. Is it a problem? Yeah, it's a problem. And it's something we've got to confront, it's something we have to deal with now. I don't know what we're going to do. But anyhow, I'll shut up. I might have one other video out of this. So let me know what you think. Love you. God bless.